Okay, so I'm just going to show you how to create a logo kind of from scratch, but the ideation is kind of there from the beginning. So what I mean by that is basically I've got a logo here that's I guess from a local business, local to me in Australia. So I've just blacked out the contact details and the license number. Just kind of want to show you as an example. This is like a real world application of a logo redesign, if you kind of want to call it that. So I'm just going to show you how I kind of go through the process of, I guess, just redoing the idea of the logo look and feel and just giving it kind of uh, I guess the keywords for the update would be, sleek, obviously modern, um, something that's not as, I guess, chromatic, so something a bit more maybe flat and maybe minimal. I think that's probably one of the bigger keywords in this redevelopment. Um, I've got a few logos that I kind of fit into a sort of like a framework. So you've got your, say, you've got your Hermes, you've got your like old school sort of Ralph Lauren style logos. Then you've got your startup, which is like your Airbnb, um, your Meta logos, that sort of thing. And then you've got something kind of in between, which I think kind of fits like, I think it's like Woolies, your iconography, that sort of thing. So different frameworks that I'll show maybe in a different video of what I kind of use, but this is the way that I generally do so. So hopefully that kind of helps you with a bit of background. So for this instance, it's just called Calci Electrical Solution. I think they made a typo also with the business card. This is taken from a screenshot from a local community group. So yeah, so it's got like the K, and you've got like the power, and then the lightning bolt style illustration. What I was thinking with this, so we'll kind of use this, and what I'll do is I'll copy this and I'll paste this in a new page, and I'll just leave it here for reference. Alright, so because K is for the Colsey, so what I'll do is I'll go to recently used. You can see that I've looked up a few things, but the one thing that I'll look at is what I've already looked at, is K electrical. So I've kind of looked at this already, so I just want to show you what the process is. I'm literally just going to type in K electrical. I know that sounds a bit more straightforward and kind of may not give you the right sort of idea, but Canva can find, obviously always remember, Canva can find recommended items and content that's similar. So this is actually quite good, and it's what I've actually picked for a draft that I created. So you've kind of got the K, and it's obviously got the motif of the lightning bolt in there, but you don't have the lead wire. So I'll just check if there's anything else in here, and again, we'll just look at the magic recommendations because I don't think this list has anything important in here. Yeah, it's all kind of the same. And then, yeah, there's nothing really similar to K. Obviously, there's these letters and looks like Bridgestone. Yeah, that's pretty hard. Maybe I'll just go K. I don't know, I'll just type in K logo and see if it spits out the letter K in different orientations. It's not bad. It's kind of got an arrow, it's like courier service. Yeah. This one might be a bit more electrical because you've kind of got the sharp point, but just depends. These are actually quite good. I actually never saw most of these, but anyway. I did like the idea of like your organic flat, 2D style logo, but then these sort of iconographic style logos with sort of like, it reminds me of like a American Airlines or something like that. in this instance. Yeah, so you kind of so you can see that Canva, when you're editing the colors, you've got photo colors that you can pick from based off the photo as well. So if it makes it a bit hard picking colors, you can do it this way as well. So just remember that. Yeah, okay, well that kind of looks at, I'm leaning towards this just for demonstration's sake, but I'll keep this one in mind for future. So with this, I think this is quite good just to sort of show what I'd upgrade this to. And then now what I think I'll do is I'll do some small edits to the color. And just kind of see, I can use the chromatic effect with the text maker app, which kind of gives you a lot of pre-made options here. I'm showing this in a different short video, but I think I'll just stick to this logo and kind of modify this in a sense. I think just for demonstration's sake, I'll just change the color palette and just show you maybe a separate example of this. So what I'll do, instead of the black, I think we're going to stick with the blue that the K sort of has indicated here already. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick to that blue, and then with this secondary strokes, it's good that there's two colors that you can edit in this logo. I'll go for like this gold, I think. Maybe something a bit more brighter, a bit more yellowy. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. There you go. So you can already kind of see that we're changing the way that this logo is framed. So you've got your sort of old school 3D metallic, vintage, oldish, but we're kind of bringing this to 2024 with a new flat look and feel. You've got the motif of the lightning bolt, but then still within that K. I think we might. I'll see if I cut that top bit off. I think with just like a. I don't know. We'll just see if we can. We'll just see what it looks like without its top bit sort of cut off at the top there. I'll just see if Canva allows me to do so. Not bad. You can see this is like a quick and dirty way, but yeah, it's one of the ways you can sort of experiment. I think that looks kind of good. We'll leave that there for now. And what I'll do, I'll start with basically taking this to the next level. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste this here. I'm going to start tweaking with the logo type. And I think I'll fix up the typo in this instance as well. So that should be the right name for the brand, I'm assuming. So what I'll do is I'll pick a font, and in this instance here, I'm going to pick something that I've found which might fit this aesthetic rather than a serif font, which is essentially anything that kind of looks like this, or anything that looks like, or Times New Roman, that sort of thing. But we're going to pick something that is sans serif, which doesn't have those curves and is like a flat font. So the font that I did see was called Zing Rust Base. So I know this kind of fits the bill with the italic format there. I think that kind of helps. I know it may be a bit thick or it may be a bit bold, but I think in this instance it might work a bit better. But let's just check the letter spacing. We want to keep the lettering to somewhat of a narrow setup to fit like business cards, vehicle signage, that sort of thing as well. So we want to keep all of those factors in mind when creating this logo. I think it looks pretty good. I think in this instance here, we'll change this to the blue and we'll just kind of see what we're working with. Obviously changing this to whatever color. Yeah, not bad. So I'll just show you what I've kind of created um, as a sort of reveal is kind of we're landing on something similar to this. And in terms of branding and look and feel, we're kind of moving to something that has a bit more of a pop of color. Yeah, so a bit of a grand reveal here, but kind of going with that idea of here's one I prepared earlier. But yeah, this is kind of what I'm landing on. But the only thing I'll probably say is just seeing what it kind of looks like without that little cut up the top of the K. I think it looks probably a bit better either. I think it looks slightly confusing with it, but I'll just leave it for now. But yeah, this kind of makes a bit more branding sense. I know this is the circles make a bit more, social media girly vibes sort of thing, but I think it's a nice softer way to bring this logo to life, and compared to what it was before, we're not changing anything to do with its target or the messaging of the logo. I think we've still got that, that hard line lightning bolt K, you know. I know the plug is a symbol that may, I guess directly relate to this sort of business, but I think this kind of makes it a bit more easier. There may be different things we can add in, like a separate power plug, but I think it just convolutes the logo and just makes it a bit hard. This kind of makes it unique, and um, I know it's taken from Canva's elements windows, but obviously there are ways that you can kind of change this, namely with changing the edge here to be sort of slightly more unique. This kind of depends what you're after as well. Again, just have to experiment and then play with the color code. I'll try this once more. I'll just do something a little bit more different and kind of see what it looks like with that trademark black, because I know the black is what was made originally. I know this obviously is a bit unprofessional in this sense, but yeah, maybe we could do Colsey electrical solutions, and you can go a bit bigger. Depends on if you want that type of thing with the big name and then obviously the smaller second line of text. Just depends again what you're after, but you're doubling up with the K again here, so I think that probably doesn't really make much sense to do so in this instance. And then you still got the yellow splashes of yellow to sort of do that, but yeah, I think that makes a lot more sense. If you want to place this in like a separate color, I think see, I just literally just close the artwork. I think if you're just trying to mess around with a color code, I think giving new colors kind of gives the brand a bit more life as well. It just obviously again just depends what you're going for, but yeah, maybe making it a bit short might work a bit easier, but hopefully this kind of makes sense. I do think maybe in this setup it does look a bit better, but again, try it with the colors. There you've kind of got like your branding sort of there again as well, so it does make this a bit easier to do so. And then this one can be black. Yeah, so kind of cool that you can kind of edit these logos and experiment with color palette to bring these logos to life and breathe a bit more, give it a bit more meaning behind the icon, what is the message, what's the target market, what is the brand mission of or what is the statement of the business. It can kind of give you a bit more idea, but as ideation goes, I think this is probably the best way. So hopefully that kind of makes sense, and it kind of inspires you um, to experiment with your own as well. Yeah, these tools are really good. Canva's tools are quite good to experiment and try different things and put this into different scenarios. So yeah, I think I'm happy with maybe either this or this version here, which was quite nice and the light. So yeah, if you have any questions, just let me know. Yeah, hopefully that was a bit more helpful to show you how I ideate logos and how I would progress this to the next stage as well. So I'll just basically expand on this idea, maybe give 2 or 3 variations at max. But yeah, this is kind of the way that I ideate logos, and hopefully you guys can see there's a bit more value that's been added to this logo at the end of the day. Any questions, let me know, leave a comment. Yeah, thanks.